Hello, my name is Luke and I'm here to show you the good stuff that is going to help you make better music faster. So let's dive right in. Today we're going to be looking at how I process pianos in the context of a pop song, like a hip hop kind of song, and just show you how simple it can be. So we're going to look at two parts to this, the first being the performance and then the second being the processing. So in front of me, I have my project to a song I put out recently called Sorry, and here is the piano part isolated. Cool, so you get an idea of it. So first off, the performance. Now, the nice thing with MIDI is that you can open up your piano roll here and you can start adjusting the notes to your liking, okay? So if you play something wrong, no worries, you can correct it. When it comes to playing piano though, if you can play it, you are going to get a more authentic performance and you can actually play something that serves the song. I talk about everything that you do has to have intention. Why are you doing and playing in this way? How are you best serving the song? What is it doing to make the song better, right? So when it comes to performance, you don't want to overdo it and you want to think about it in context of the track. If I play the piano in context of my verse here.
Did you ever give a second thought? Did you even think about me? Did you ever consider the home you burned down or live in denial like it can't be? I only put my borders down for you, thought I was safe in the arms of you, and then you lied to me, you broke my heart.
So to me, it's quite a tuneful piano part. You could almost sing it, and I didn't overdo it either because I didn't want it to get in the way of my lead vocal. My lead vocal and guitar here are moving quite fast, right? They're moving almost at 16ths like this. And so the piano, I'm completely shaving off all that rhythm and it's being more of a pad. I'm sustaining the notes way more and then throwing in a few little saucy melodies here and there. Again, think about it in context of the song and how is it playing off the other instruments that you have. That is the first thing to think about when creating a convincing piano performance. And you can also see later on, if I just open up my MIDI roll here, that I pretty much play the same thing through the entirety of the song. And then later on, I do come in with the octave. And I think that is, this one here.
This ain't never needed them.
This is for the second verse. So I took it up the octave. It's the same pattern that I'm playing. But again, up the octave, it just sounds different and it takes us to a new place. It feels more intimate. That is also something that you can think about in terms of the performance. Now, processing. The piano that I'm using for this is the Maverick. I've had this same piano for years. I love this piano. Literally, I mean, when did I buy Native Instruments? Absolutely years ago. And I still use their pianos. The Maverick just sounds great. The preset is Deep Maverick. I think I might have adjusted a few parameters. Probably the compression amount here, because I thought it was a bit too much. But that was a good starting sound anyway. If I take off all my processing, this is how it sounds. Just the piano on its own. So already it sounds great off the bat, but there are some things that have been added. The first thing I did was soothe because I wanted to get rid of a lot of resonance in the mid to low range. Let me just take off all the other plugins so we just hear what soothe is doing. And let me press the delta button so I can show you what's been taken away. So lots of frequencies being taken out there, mainly in the low end because I knew I was going to be docking it there anyway. The next thing I added is just the SSL channel strip here. And I pretty much add this to most of my instruments because it gives me a quick EQ and compression tools that I can use. And so what I've got going on here is I've got a high pass going up to sitting just under 200 hertz. I then am knocking out a lot of frequencies, 7 decibels at 400 kilohertz, or 0.4 kilohertz, 400 hertz, with a relatively broad Q setting there. again, I didn't want this to be deep and rich. Again, in context of the song, I wanted it to be light, and that's why I chose to do it that way. With my compression, I've got a ratio of 2.5 and the threshold is up quite high. I'm not choosing fast attack, so this will be sort of a medium attack, and the release is 0.3 of a second, and that sounds like this. So it's just kissing the 3 decibel reduction meter there. If I take it away, you hear all the richness. Turn it on and take it all away. And that put me in the ballpark of how I wanted the piano to sound. The final thing that I added was a final EQ, because I thought that there was a lot of boxiness and a bit too much mid-range happening around 380 here. So I knocked off about 1.6 decibels there. And you see on the graph, there's a lot of energy sitting around there. And so that's how I process my piano in context of the song.
Did you ever give a second thought? Did you even think about me? Did you ever consider the home you burned down or live in denial like it can't be?
And that's how I process my pianos. Hope you found this video useful. If you have, subscribe, follow for more, and I'll see you in the next one.